GTA Math, what's up? Oh yeah, and I'll say it just cause Happy New Year. Cool. So let's get to this math stuff. So we're gonna integrate this function x cubed that's multiplied by cosine x to the fourth plus 2 dx. So the first thing I'm gonna do is identify what can be u subbed. Because in these kind of problems where you have multiplication between two terms, you have to make sure that you u sub. I don't think there's any clever way to say that. So this is really x cubed times cosine. So what I'm going to do is say, what's the highest term in this problem? And that is x to the fourth. And if we took the derivative of x to the fourth, we would end up with something x cubed. And then we could do a substitution. And now we have two x cubed terms. And that gets us a lot closer to evaluating this integral. So I'm going to just do it and explain as I go. So this is going to be our u sub. And I'm going to put u equals x to the fourth plus 2 dx. The dx is very important. Please do not forget that. I need to include that myself. And then the next phase of the integral, we're going to have cosine u. And then we're going to put du. And I'm going to explain why we do that in a second. So now that we're here, we're going to take the derivative of this function, and we're going to be left with du equals 4x cubed, and the constant zeroes out, and then we're left with dx still. And just so we can have everything in terms of x cubed, which is what we're looking for, we're going to divide this 4, and we're going to be left with 1/4 du equals x cubed dx. Now what's ironic is now, since we have everything in terms of x cubed in relationship to dx, when we do a u sub, we're taking this portion of the function and we're plugging it in to this du. So in the next phase of this problem, we're going to take this u sub and it's going to equal x cubed dx, which is what we got our integral in terms of. This still might not make sense, so I'm going to go to the next step, which is taking the antiderivative of this. I'm going to do the antiderivative. So the derivative of cosine is negative sine. So then that means the antiderivative of cosine is going to be sine. So in the next phase, we're going to have sine of u du. And then we're going to actually bring our u sub back into this problem. So we're going to take this 1/4 and we're going to insert it back into the antiderivative form of our original problem. So now we have this left. We have 1/4 sine, and then we're going to insert our u sub, which we initially said was x to the fourth plus 2. And since we got everything back in terms of x, we just finished evaluating our problem. And then we do have to add this plus c, because this is an indefinite integral, so we have to make sure that we take account that we don't know what the constant equals, but it must be included in the problem. And just to clean this up and simplify it so it looks nicer, I'm going to multiply this 1/4 in, and this is what we're left with. X to the fourth plus 2. and then we have plus c. This is our final answer. I definitely have to get better at explaining integrals, but currently my highest math is Calc 1, so a lot of my understanding of integrals isn't as whole as it could be, because there's certain techniques that still are very confusing to understand. But hopefully this video helps. Yeah, definitely, hopefully it helps. And yeah, that's it. So as we bring into this new version of the year, whatever that means in 2023, I wish everybody well, and let's continue to learn, love, and grow together.